Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Amalgam Ash, and it's time for the RPG developer Bakin Summer Jam 2025. Sponsored by Smileboom and hosted by me. RPG developer Bakin is moving out of its early access stage and will be considered a full release August 28th, 2025, making this truly Bakin Summer, therefore time for a Bakin Jam. If you are new to Bakin, it is a 3D RPG making tool that is powerful and capable, yet requires no coding or scripting to learn and use. To introduce this event, we are going to build, or continue to build, an environment in which developers old and new can thrive. This isn't like your typical jams that have a very short window of opportunity. This is a long event, and submissions will be open from July until August 28th. However, you can join and begin preparing your entry now. The goal is to get experienced as well as brand new Bakin developers to create works and continue strengthening the community for RPG developer Bakin, regardless of which channel that takes place in, whether it's on Discord, the Steam community, etc. and so on. And jams are a great opportunity to get people involved, get people making stuff, and that ties right into our second goal, which is presentation and feedback. This one's easier for me to do than the first one is for you. The second goal is to create presentations in video format that will encourage and empower developers. This is my job. Every qualifying submission will be featured in a Let's Play style video on my channel, and the developer will get to see a genuine first impression, all the feedback, and above all, we're just going to have fun. A lot of jams have themes or challenges, and this jam is no exception. The theme for this jam is the default battle system is restricted. With this, the default combat system is not allowed to be used for combat. The challenge here will be to either completely leave out a combat system entirely or make your own. This means you can't use the default JRPG system for combat. However, this is fine if your game is the type of game that doesn't have combat to begin with. A no combat submission is perfectly fine to submit. Also, however, this means that you can use the default combat system if you wish to represent an entirely different aspect of your game's mechanics. If you have a crafting system or a gathering system, fishing, mining, if you want to use it for conversations or some sort of dating system, using the combat system to date, that's a new one. But you can do it. Be as creative as you wish here, as long as the default combat system is not used for combat and cannot trigger a game over function, which means none of those other things that I listed can be a game over either, then you can use the default combat system for not combat. There are just 7 simple rules to follow. Your submission has to be made in RPG developer Bakin, and it has to be free. It has to be original for the jam. You can't have a previous game or huge sections of a previous game or a collection of plugins and stuff that you've already used in a previous game just to bring it over here. Make something new. Make something from scratch. That's the spirit of the jam. You have to have permission to use all of the assets that are contained in your game. Default assets, official DLC, and your own created assets are always okay. Third-party asset packs that you have the license to use is fine. You can't use music that's CC by, though. That's a whole YouTube mess. Don't get me started on that. Just don't use music that's from a third party. Everything else is fine. Don't pirate graphics. Don't use property that's not yours. Rule number 5 is agree to allow the game to be played on video platforms. This should be a given, but I have to make it explicitly clear that your entry may be played on video platforms, and that must be allowable. Rule number 6 is kind of a new one. You must pledge not to use AI. I want to see what you and your human mind can create with your hands and your human tools. But don't use AI. Don't use prompts. Don't use art. Don't use art. Don't use AI music or voices or anything like that. We're not going to get lost in the sauce as to what constitutes digital help. Don't use AI. Rule number 7 is a new one, but it's still pretty simple. I don't think anybody's going to have a struggle remembering this. You have to follow your community guidelines. Anybody who's found guilty of harassing any participant of this jam or previous jam that I've hosted is not going to be able to participate at all. I'm sorry. It's my mission to provide a safe, engaging, and fun event. And if you were that person in a previous jam, you're not welcome in this one. Sorry. But we're getting too serious. Let's get back to the fun part. Judgment. The jam has 3 periods: joining, submission, and judgment. You will always be able to see this countdown right here at the top of the page. There's no need to message me. There's no need to leave messages on the board or ask anybody when the jam ends. You will always be able to see this on this countdown. And this countdown will be relative to your location, not mine. I mean, also it's going to change and show different things for everybody looking at it. It's going to be relevant to your time zone, so it'll be accurate for you. In other words, if this says that the submissions are going on for the next 20 days, that's what it means. If it says you have 10 minutes left to put in an entry, that's what it means. But the submission period will be from July until August 28th. You can start working on your thing now if you want. You can't start to submit it until July. It's not realistic to submit a game like right now anyway. I know some of you. Actually, it is realistic. Some of you would be all about that. But it gives me 9 whole days of rest and relaxation and not having to worry about spam submissions that are sent in by people who are just grifting on itch to put in their mobile game slop or their free YouTube malwares. We love you, itch. If you want to join and submit on the same day, that's totally fine. And if you have a newer version of your submission, like you found out that there were some bugs or some sort of show-stopping event that's going to soft lock the player, you can totally resubmit as long as you do that before the judgment date, August 28th. That is set in stone. There will be no extensions. Now, I'd like to give an estimation on when the judgment period itself will end. It will begin August 28th, but I'm not totally sure ever how long the judgment period has to last because I never know how many entries are going to be submitted, and I don't have a very firm deadline on how many games to judge and how long that takes. So we'll shoot for before summer is over. However, you'll always be able to see the progress of the judgment periods because the games will be showing up as Let's Plays on the YouTube channel. Your game will be judged, as always, in 4 categories: fun factor, game design, game narrative, and theme presence. Judgment will be done by the host, that's me, or a panel of judges. I don't know which yet, but there will be no community voting for this jam. Random participants will not be able to rate people's entries. All qualifying participants of this jam will receive a video or series of videos by me playing your submission to this jam on YouTube. The winner of this jam will receive all current itch-released Ash's Epic voice packs, which are sponsored by me. And we do have a Smile Boom sponsorship, so watch this space for updates to the prize package that will be received by the winner. There's a frequently asked questions part on this page as well, but I encourage you to go join the jam right now. Thank you as always for watching, and I can't wait to see what awesome submissions we get this year because Bakin has become only more and more excellent as the days have gone on. Thank you so much to Smile Boom for sponsorship and for working so hard on one of the best game-making tools ever. All right, everybody, bye for now.